Good morning, and welcome to another Writer's Morning Commute with Ashton Gaskill. Today I thought I'd talk about something that I noticed over the weekend and I thought was pretty cool, pretty interesting. I was doing some chores and feeling bored. I just wasn't in the mood to listen to an audiobook. I wanted to watch something, but I couldn't find anything new on my streaming services to watch, and I eventually turned on Arrested Development. If you're somehow unaware, Arrested Development was a sitcom on Fox many years ago. It's one of my favorite sitcoms personally. It was absolutely hilarious. They had a lot of long-running recurring gags and circular jokes and weird references, and it was really good and really rewarded you for being a fan and paying attention to details. It got canceled, then Netflix brought it back. There's debate about how good the revival was, but you can look into that yourself. What I wanted to talk about was a specific trend I noticed in those early episodes that was best seen in the episode that starts with the news announcement that the Bluth family banana stand had burned down. I don't remember for sure which episode that was. I'm thinking it's episode 2 or 3 of season 1. But the thing that I really liked, especially about that episode, but a lot of these early episodes that I watched over the weekend had this going on too, was how strong the themes and motifs were. In the episode about the banana stand burning down, we have fire motifs all over the place. Job is about to do a fire trick, and the person he's talking to is like, "Oh, I expected a fireball or a magic trick." He's like, "Yeah, there's supposed to be a fireball." Like, we see that. We see Tobias is auditioning for a TV commercial for a fire sale. We have people talking about homosexuals and referring to them as flamers, but then it turns out that they're not talking about homosexuals, they're talking about arsonists, and we just are led to believe they're talking about homosexuals. And then there's lots of arsonists and arsony, and there's just so much working into these themes and motifs, and it just made for a really entertaining, coherent half hour of television. And it made me wonder, it made the disparate plot threads feel more cohesive, is really what it did. And I think that's the biggest takeaway for me as a writer, is that if you want to make a work feel cohesive, you can find ways, even if you have some plot threads that are separate and, pretty different. You have multiple POVs, like Game of Thrones style, where there's a lot of people in different places and they're not interacting together. If you can find ways to tie them together using themes, using motifs, using these other literary devices, that'll go a long way towards strengthening that feeling of having a book that's together and that has it all combined. It's also something I think is useful when writing series, because one of the things that works so well with Arrested Development is the fact that it is a series. It's got, a ton of episodes. So they need to make each individual episode feel like its own thing, and by focusing on a different theme or motif in each episode, while the storyline continues throughout all of them, making the series feel cohesive, the themes and motifs kind of play in together, and so while they're telling this long-form story, each of the individual episodes feels like it has a point, and like it makes sense why this is an episode together. So if you're writing a longer series, you could do that for each of your individual books. Or possibly even like story arcs within the same book. It's definitely something I'm planning to take to heart and keep in mind as I write my 12 Dozen Kingdoms series. So hopefully that gives you something to think about. Thank you all for writing with me, and I hope you have a great day.